the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Romans 15:13.
Watershed first began, we were a small group of people piled into a living room trying to figure out how to navigate the rough waters of starting a church.
With God's guidance, we found a temporary home in the Clear Creek High School cafeteria and began to grow.
Week after week, we showed up to set up chairs, set up a stage complete with a makeshift altar and pipe and drape to create a more sanctuary-like feel. We transformed our hallway into a nursery and many other things.
The mornings were fast-paced, digging through boxes in hopes of finding exactly what we needed.
We were usually sweating by the time worship began.
But in spite of the early mornings, we found that week after week, God met with us in that place, regardless of what it looked like. We worshiped with fellow believers who quickly became our family and friends.
It was an unconventional way to have church, but it was working out okay. Unfortunately, we were limited by the 6-hour span of time on Sunday mornings, which our rent covered. There was always a race after worship service to tear down our sanctuary and transform the space back into a high school before our time was up.
While we were willing and able to do the work, we knew that it couldn't last forever. We knew that in order to live as the outwardly focused church that we hoped to be, we needed a base of operations. A building would not be cheap, and the first phase building would not cover all of our wants and needs.
But at least it would give us a way to expand our ministry.
When we were asked to leave our church, we were worshiping at Seabrook United Methodist Church at the time. We weren't from Clear Lake United Methodist, and we got a mailer, and we decided to come and visit. We came the Sunday before they officially started, and immediately we found a place where we felt loved and accepted, and Matt just took us in, and so did all of the other people who were there already worshiping.
Churchtown High School was different than what I expected when I first got there, and I was used to a church with a big building and walls and windows, and this was in a cafeteria with the curtains all around everything. But once worship started, it was different. It felt like a church the whole time, but then it was fun to help tear down and put everything away, and the camaraderie of getting everything done was definitely worth it.
I first moved to League City. I was looking for a church, trying to find a church where I could really get involved. And the Lord sent me to the Watershed, and it was easy to get involved with our setup and tear down in the morning. They were starting deeper groups, and as time progressed, lots of committees were formed. We had a visioning committee, we had a long-range planning committee, and then of course when we started to build the building, we had the building committee, which went on and on. A lot of work there. A lot of work in all of those areas. But above all the work, it was extremely rewarding. It's probably one of the most rewarding times of my life.
God's kingdom is vast, and we are but a tiny part of it.
Thankfully, we serve a huge God
who can take what little we have
and help us do
so much
more overflow.